Hey, it's Dusty Showers from Creepy Creatures, and I'm here with one of my very best friends, the Virginia possum. This is actually a female. There's lots of things that make possums my favorite. But one of them is that they're totally misunderstood. One of the most misunderstood animals in the world. The Virginia possum is totally awesome. People tell me that they're vicious and they're ferocious and they carry rabies, but they don't do any of that. And if possums were that ferocious, do you think I could hold it like this? I mean, seriously, you can't hold vicious, ferocious animals like this. You certainly can't hold a raccoon like this.
Hey, sorry for the interruption. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe so that I can keep my dogs fed. And don't forget to hit the little bell at the bottom so you can be notified when I put new videos out.
What else makes a possum so cool? Well, number one, they've got more than 50 teeth. That's more than any other North American mammal. The other thing, they have a prehensile tail. Now, possums don't really hang from their tail, but they do use it as like a fifth appendage, and they'll even carry leaves and stuff around with it. Mr. Possum wants to jump. Possums also don't carry rabies. Their body temperature is too low, so they don't carry rabies. So no need to get rid of possums because you're afraid of rabies. Possums also have the coolest little feet in the world. Now their back feet, which you can see he's holding onto my glove right there, they actually have a thumb on their back feet. It's an opposable thumb, so they can go like this. Really only apes, monkeys, people, and possums can go like that. And that allows them to do more things in life, because your dog can't do that, but my possum can. And now when possums open up their mouth, they look ferocious, but they're really not. It's just that they're scared and they're trying to scare me off. But when they open their mouth, they're not gonna attack. And how tough can possums be? If they get too scared, they just pass out. Now this little female probably already had babies this spring and they're long gone. So now she's out looking for a boyfriend if anyone's available. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Another awesome thing about possums, they love to eat ticks. You got ticks? Get yourself a possum. By the way, don't get possums as pets. You can look online and see lots of possums that look really, 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 really cute. And possums are really cute. But lots of possums, including this guy, they will bite if given the chance. And just because they look really cute when they're big doesn't mean they're really cute when they get older. And the problem is people get them when they're really young and they think they make great pets, and then they get to be too much, and then you let them go in the wild and they don't know how to take care of themselves, so now that possum has just been sentenced to a slow death. So don't take possums in as pets, no matter how cute they are. And they are cute. Possums get blamed for a lot of stuff that they're just not guilty of. A lot of people set out traps to catch raccoons and other animals, and possums wander into it. And they're typically not guilty of anything except being in the wrong place at the wrong time. If you catch a possum in a trap, it's best to just let him go. And I never brag about catching a possum. Possums are the easiest animal in the world to catch. Another awesome thing about possums, they can have up to 13 babies, and they keep them in their pouch. Now typically if they have more than 13 babies, they just don't have enough teats inside their pouch to nurse. If they do have more than 13 babies, they normally won't survive. Possums are famous for carrying babies around on their back, and normally once the babies are old enough where they just can't hang on anymore and they can't keep up, that's when mama lets them go. Also, since possums have so many babies, up to 13, that's normally an indicator that they have a very high mortality rate. Possums don't live much more than a year or two in the wild or even in captivity. That's why they have so many babies. Now, possums have so many babies because they just don't live very long. Not a very tough animal. They get beat up a lot. That's why I love possums. They're nature's little underdog. So when you find a possum in the wild, just wish it well and let it be on its own. Now this little guy crawled into a garbage can and she couldn't get out. That's why I've got her. So I'm letting her go where I found her. Well, not in the garbage can, but around the garbage can. So she's going to be familiar with the territory that she knows. Keep in mind, everybody loves to talk about humanely relocating wildlife, but studies show that most relocated wildlife don't survive. There's a lot of stress to being in a new environment. Could you imagine if you were dropped in a hostile environment, like somewhere where there's a war going on, and you've got other animals, other species that want to kill you, you're all competing for food, you're competing for shelter, you're competing for women. Things get real serious, and just because you relocate an animal doesn't mean it's humane, and it doesn't mean that that animal is going to survive. So before you trap animals, think about what's going to happen to them. And trapping itself can be pretty inhumane. If you trap animals, you gotta check those traps every 24 hours. Make sure the trap is out of the element. It can't be sitting in the sun. It can't be sitting in the rain. It can't be sitting in the snow or high winds. Look out for these animals. Even if you're gonna dispatch them once you catch them, at least be humane while they're sitting in a trap. Many animals will do a lot of damage to themselves trying to get out of traps, especially raccoons. Raccoons will tear their forearms up down to the ligaments. They'll tear their noses apart trying to get out. These guys will do the same. This guy doesn't have it because he wasn't in a trap, but you can always tell when animals have been trapped because they're pretty beat up. It's time to let this guy go, and I got a great little creek right where he came from so he can get a drink of water before she's on her way. And I know I keep calling her a he, but I'm not so sure she can understand me. Say bye, Miss Possum.
Google creepy creatures pest control. Send bugs to bug heaven. Call 727-488-5657.
Good Possum.